CA Hoops Weekly, powered by Under Armour, here at the Showplace Arena, and also joined by Nikki Newman, two-time CA Defensive Player of the Year. And Nikki, obviously the hoops are down, the nets have been cut, and we've crowned ourselves another CA champion, and it's a repeat for the Dukes.
That it is, and just very exciting, the work that this team has put in. 29-3, you don't hear that very often, but what a great effort by the Hofstra Pride as well.
So let's get to the highlights. First half, back and forth throughout the entire first half, and we end the half with a one-point game.
And there at the beginning, it was kind of hard to see who was going to control the tempo of that basketball game. JMU really trying to get a lot of up and down opportunities in transition. Hofstra kind of pulling their foot off the pedal there for a little while, kind of going into their set offenses, trying to get some looks as well.
Coming out of the locker room, same type of story. Precious Hall really struggling from the field. Finished 1 of 20, but this team continued to have so many weapons with Toya Jiggets and also Jasmine Gwathmey, who was named tournament MVP. And then the lights go out, 9:48 to go. And I don't know, as a player, what do you think is going through their minds, both teams at that moment in a one-point game?
Well, for starters, a player of the year going 1 for 20, you don't see that very often. And the Duke stepping up behind her. When the lights went out, it was kind of, you were like, okay, a little bit of rest for both teams. It's been a lot of up and down, a lot of wear and tear on their bodies. I was very curious to see how both teams were going to react to that. A big momentum changer there with Muff Mickens drawing that charge right before the lights went out. But, both teams battled throughout the entire game.
And that was at the 9:48 mark, and then it turned into the Jasmine Gwathmey show from there on to the end as they were able to pull away.
The two-time MVP of this tournament, she came in last year and did it as well. Just hats off to her. She knew what she needed to do in this basketball game, stepped up at a big moment.
Then we caught up with the MVP after the game. Here's what she had to say. Here with the 2015 CA Women's Basketball Championship Most Outstanding Performer, Jasmine Gwathmey. Jasmine, such an interesting game today. The Player of the Year, Precious Hall, struggled all day. What does it mean for this team to be able to kind of just pick her up, and especially you to be able to perform at the level that you did?
I mean, Precious, everybody knows in the conference that she's one of our dominant players, but even if she's not hitting, we still need her to be as confident as possible. We're going to keep telling her to shoot it. If she misses it, I'm going to get a rebound, kick it back out to her. Fortunately, we still ended up winning. She still played a heck of a game in my eyes. She never let us down. And now we got the dub, now we got another ring, and now we're going to the dance.
Absolutely. And talk about your performance there, especially in the second half.
I just wanted it really bad. I kept telling myself in my head, all right, we got 20 more minutes. All right, just keep playing. 10 more minutes, keep playing. Lights went out. Whatever, 10 more minutes. Here we go, 9 more minutes. And then when it got down to 35 seconds, I was like, just play smart, just dig in. We want this so bad. we've been here before. We know what it takes, Last year it was different. We had Kirby and Nikki, but, this year it feels so good to just get a win. I can't even talk about it.
Speaking of last year, what did you guys learn, and what is going to help as you guys advance to the NCAA tournament?
We're a tough team. Offensively, we're a big dominant in the paint. Outside the arc, we have Precious Hall, Ashley coming off the bench. Defensively, once we get stops, nobody can stop us in transition. So I'm really excited to get going next week and, getting ready for wherever they're going to send us.
Well, Jasmine, go celebrate with your team. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And obviously Jasmine Gwathmey, a very happy Jasmine Gwathmey there in that interview. And, they're going to the NCAA tournament again. You were on this team last year when they made their NCAA tournament run. What are some of the similarities and what are some of the big differences as they look, wait for Selection Monday?
Last year at this time we were 29-6 going into the NCAA tournament. This team is 29-3. You don't see that very often, and fingers crossed this team gets a decent seed in the tournament, and hopefully they're playing somewhere close to Harrisonburg where they can have JMU Nation travel along with them. But rightfully so, just a team with a lot of heart, greatly coached, and I was lucky enough to say that I played for Coach Brooks and the rest of that staff. So really looking forward to what noise this team's going to make in the NCAA tournament.
And obviously we can't end without saying congratulations to the Hofstra Pride, a 20-win season. They get to their first CA championship. They have everyone coming back next year.
Oh, hats off to them. They're a young basketball team, but you never hear them say anything about being young, and that's just huge. A great coaching staff over there, players with a whole lot of heart, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them in this championship game again next year.
Well, it should be exciting. We'll look forward to see where Hofstra, more than likely they'll be playing some postseason basketball as well. Well, that's it from us here at the Showplace Arena. Nikki, it's been fun.
It has.
The JMU Dukes, once again, your 2015 CA Women's Basketball Champions. Stay with CASports.com for more as postseason action kicks off.